We're going to speak with Danny Garcia of the Hitting Academy. Danny had a career in Major League Baseball, and now he's utilizing what he learned to help young kids who are interested in following their baseball dreams. Danny is a former New York Mets infielder. He knows all about what it takes from a physical standpoint and mental standpoint to find success in baseball. Danny, thanks so much for coming in studio. Great to see you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So we're having an interesting discussion off air because I've covered baseball, been around the community for many years. So it's always fun to talk to somebody who's been in it the way that you have as a player and get your perspective. We want to go back in time and talk about your baseball career. But first, right off the bat, you're doing something so cool now, which is as part of the Hitting Academy. So tell me what you do.
Absolutely. So I just teamed up. I have a business, Sports East Performance. And I just recently teamed up with the Hitting Academy to offer a training service, these power pitching and power hitting classes to develop the overall strength of the swing and the throw in the game of baseball, and also teamed up with the owner, Rob Caravino, on the business side as well to build relationships in the community, empower our youth, and really just start sending positive messages out to the communities that surround our facilities.
Nice, nice. Who's your target market?
So the target market is ages. We start at age 5 and up, but the target age is about 8 to 15 years old.
I know it's a big dream for parents a lot of times, and maybe to a fault, that maybe to a detriment where they live through their kids. But I know parents want their kids to be happy, do something they love, do something well. So they say, I want my son to play baseball. I want my daughter to play softball. What do you feel like is the best age to get them started, to get them on a good path?
So I think for baseball, it's such a different sport. A lot of the other sports, it's the bigger, the stronger athlete always wins. But in baseball, it's so mental, and there's so many kind of specifics to the game that aren't in other sports. So I really believe that starting at a young age, at 5 years old, is a great starting point, which most common little leagues, around the city, that's the starting age group, to really give your son or your daughter a head start, the ability to learn the game slowly at their own pace. It is a different type of game, so absolutely the sooner the better.
Boy, I've heard it from so many people over the years. You see books, The Mental Game of Baseball. It is so mental. I mean, of course, you have to have the physical ability, the aptitude. You've had to develop those skills on the field. But when you're looking at the mental side of it, what are the most important things we need to know?
So the mental side is it's really just like life. It's about building confidence. It's about having a plan. It's about being a goal setter, being able to look ahead and have things that you want to strive for, and then kind of setting a 1, 2, 3 bullet point list to accomplish them. One of the things I love so much about the game of baseball is it really is the game of life, and helps you really build a lot of life skills through the development of becoming a young baseball or softball player, things that you'll hold on to a lot longer than just playing the sport.
One thing I know that you're very focused on, too, with the Hitting Academy is safety is of the utmost importance to you. What are the precautions that you take? What do you teach the kids about how to be safe when they're playing?
Yeah, so it's a lot about just having information. The number one cause for injury in youth baseball and softball is overuse. And that doesn't always mean that it's I threw too many pitches on the weekend, even though very commonly that is the case. But it's really about just having a structure in the way and repetitions that your arm get. So making sure that you're getting rest in between the times that you throw. And then a whole other side is preparing the body, strengthening the body, increasing the body's stamina within the movement patterns of your sport. And that also will decrease the risk of injury, just having a stronger, more prepared body to swing and throw in the sport.
I remember, especially if you're a starting pitcher too. Well, I mean, it goes across the board, but somebody who's not close to baseball at all would think, oh, wait a second, these guys only have to work a couple days a week or, every 4 or 5 days, whatever it may be. But there's so much that goes into those off days. I mean, you're working to be in the right shape so that your body will recover in that short amount of time the way it's supposed to.
Absolutely. One of my favorite quotes is success when preparation meets opportunity. And it's just all about everything that you do actually before you hit the field is what gives you your chance of having success. And that's what we're all about at the Hitting Academy, and kind of the belief system that we go about is be prepared. That also is going to increase the safety of it all, but also it's going to increase your confidence, your comfort, and your aggression towards the sport is feeling like you have a plan.
What about some of those things that you're trying to teach the kids? And again, this is such a fun age group, and to instill these things at them at this age is so important. But as far as their confidence, and so things that they can take away, because let's face it, the numbers are against them. They're not all going to be major league players. They're not all going to even get college scholarships, but to be on that path to do the best that they can and then take things away from it, intangibly speaking, that is what it's all about.
Absolutely. It's really about understanding that the odds are stacked against you, not only from a statistical moving up the ranks as a baseball player, youth, high school, college, professional, but also within the game, there's so much failure built into the game.
Great point.
There's that age-old thing where 7 out of 10 times you're going to fail, and that's as a hitter.
Good.
And that's one of the that's great. And so there's just a lot of ups and downs in the game, a lot of mental battles that you have to overcome. And the biggest thing that we're trying to instill in them is to, one, have fun, two, have a plan.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you'll see kids get drafted out of high school, but really you want to see them at least have some sort of college body of work before you're going to draft them into the majors. Or excuse me, before you're going to draft them to a professional team.
I would always just take the approach that you should go to college for so many reasons. The education being obviously high on that list, but even just kind of the maturity that somebody goes through between the ages of 18 and 22. When in doubt, I'm always going to be stressing to my athletes, go to school, grow up, have some more fun, develop some more life skills before you start traveling the country as a professional baseball player. More times than not, that is going to be a better plan.
Okay, Danny, so just walk us through for parents of children who really want that. They want the competitive advantage, and here's a place where they can get even more than that when you're talking about the life skills and the confidence. Walk us through what the program entails.
So I would say that our system at the Hitting Academy is really about teaching your son and daughter the fundamentals of the game when it comes to the swing and the throw. We have great packages, monthly memberships to get private hitting lessons. I also mentioned these power pitching and power hitting classes. That is a great, it's a great way to complement the other mechanical work you're doing in your private hitting lesson. So you'll get basically the form in your private lesson, the mechanics of the swing, and then you'll go to the power hitting class, and then you'll do similar motions in the same form, kind of reiterating that muscle memory, but you'll also be building the strength in your body to accomplish that swing as well. So just a great system of not only getting the physical, getting the strength, but then also getting the mental and the positive mentorship, the positive attitude, and just that goal setting, be prepared, have a plan. And that's really what success is driven out of.
Now, I'm not as close to the game as I used to be, but I feel like a few years back, not that long ago, we're talking about in the news all the time with the kids who are far too young, where you're like, why is this child getting Tommy John surgery? And the parents' misconception that if they get that done, it'll strengthen them and put them ahead of their peers. What's the status on that situation?
I don't like that.
No,
that's
it's
for
bad.
Sure. No, that's
terrible.
That's terrible outlook on it all. What I would say is if anyone going through a Tommy John surgery, that's an unfortunate situation. It could be for so many reasons. So definitely not pointing any fingers or saying anything, any directions. That could be from postural issues. It could be from things that you're the way that your body's growing through your adolescence. It could be from overuse, throwing too many pitches. It could be from your body not being in shape, not doing any sort of fitness program to increase the stamina of not only your arm but your body. There's a lot of angles that Tommy John surgery could come from, but I would just say that absolutely it is something that you do because you have to. The outlook to ever look in that direction because it would give you any sort of advantage or something you'd do if you didn't have to, absolutely not.
Right. Because as you say, safety is of the utmost importance. Now, Danny, I do have, along the lines of safety, I just thought of one other thing I wanted to ask you about, because I have my friend, her daughter plays softball in college, and she's had to already retire at a young age because of concussions. So this is something that we are concerned about all the time now. What are the best ways to make sure that you're following concussion prevention awareness?
So I know that Major League Baseball has initiated a complete protocol. I think that they've teamed up with the NFL and probably even the Olympic Committee, which is usually the kind of the governing bodies that send everything down. I don't know how much that is infiltrated into our youth sports system yet, but it is absolutely an issue. And the thing that comes to my mind is always just make sure that your son or daughter is properly equipped, making sure that you have the best helmets out there, definitely following all the rules and regulations of your league. And, for instance, if the league isn't up to a standard that maybe you feel or others are feeling isn't high enough, then go ahead and get that next level, better equipment. Definitely safety first. And once again, this thing is about having fun, building confidence, building life skills, and using sports as the vehicle to accomplish those things.
Absolutely. Well, Danny, where can we go to find out about how kids can sign up to be part of the Hitting Academy?
Absolutely. I would say the best way is www.thehittingacademy.com. We are in Clearwater, we're in Tampa, and soon to be in Brandon, Florida. And looking forward to seeing you guys real soon, and not only inside our doors, but outside in the community as well.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. It's been great talking with you.
Thank you so much.
That's all our time for today on The Current. What a fun group of guests. Thank you to everyone. Happy Easter weekend. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon. For everyone here at Beasley Media Group, I'm Roxanne Wilder.